Okay, I'm going to narrate while I play, and we'll see how this goes. My goal is for this to be helpful to newer players who aren't sure what to do. First things first, build your hall as close to the gold mine as you can. You want your peons or peasants to flow freely, and that's just a basic principle. Next, build a farm right away, as close as you can to your hall. The reason for this is it's speed, right? The closer you build your farm, the sooner your peasant will get out, and you can start making another one. So this just gives you a slight edge early on. Speed is everything. Uh, all right, I'm going to go ahead and take this peon and scout in case I have a neighbor here. Often you'll have a neighbor above, below, to the side of you, something like that. And information is power. So we will scout there. Nobody's home. So I'm going to go ahead and just continue scouting. I like to know, uh, where my opponent is and what they're doing. So by scouting, you can get that information very quickly. All right, so I've got one barracks. I'm going to stick with one barracks at least until I know what my opponent is doing. This will keep some of my resources freed up and just make me more flexible uh, and give me more to work with. All right, start mining gold. No one's here. Let's go check 4 o'clock, see if anyone's there. If not, I'll know that my opponent is either at the top or somewhere on the left. Okay, he's not there. We're heading north. All right, now I've got a barracks. I'm going to start pumping out grunts. Never stop making peons or grunts. Um, that is another basic fundamental. The second he's out, I pop another one. So I've got, a decent base set up here. I've got some security just through the way I build. The other good thing is I don't have buildings stacked on top of buildings. So what that means is if I do get attacked, I can send peons to start repairing, and I've got access to those buildings where they can repair. You can't always do that, but you just kind of do the best you can. So you can see I'm really focused on peons right now. I want to get as much going as I can. And now I've got a choke point, so if I get attacked, it's 2 versus 3 because only 2 guys can fit in here, and I'll take those odds any day. All right, so here's my opponent. I've scouted him. His base is built very poorly. He's got a tower outside of his building, so I can easily destroy that. Looks like a newer player for sure. So let's just fortify here a little bit. I could probably go take him out now, but we'll make it easier with a few more grunts. You're probably wondering, when are you going to start chopping wood? The answer is right now. I've got good gold flow established. I know there's not really much of a threat, and I can kind of peel off the rush a little bit. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling peons, and I will continue to just pump out peons to replace those gold miners. The idea is throughout the game, you never stop making peons or peasants. Um, there's no reason to stop. You're going to need them to outproduce your opponents. You're going to need them to expand. And, typically when I've got 15 or so peons on gold and maybe 8 or so chopping wood, that's when I will upgrade to a stronghold in this case. So generally 15 and 8, something along those lines. It certainly varies by game, but that's a general kind of guideline I stick to. All right, so since I left my base, I'm going to just give myself that extra security and just put a farm there. That way, if something weird happens, I am at least I'm blocked off and I can get up a tower or something. But I don't anticipate this will be much of an issue. I just don't want that to finish, so I'm going to just do it again. All right, let's upgrade. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and attack this guy. I don't expect much of a resistance. And let's see. I'm going to use patrol. All right. He saw me coming because of that tower. And he is in big trouble. I'm going to enter his base so he can't wall off. And then I'm also going to kill this tower. Oh, all right. So this guy's definitely a newer player. Typically when you see someone build, you know, a million towers in their base, they are newer. And Um, it just means they don't really know what to do and they just think towers are the way to go. All right. So I also noticed that while I was up there, he's already keep. So that means he is kind of, we call it teching or powering. So he's basically trying to just get stronger units as quickly as possible and kind of skip the whole tier 1 battle. So good strategy. Certainly can be very effective. But I just don't know if he'll have the experience to put up much of a fight here. We'll see. All right, so I'm going for it. My resources are looking good. I'm going to start building a bunch of barracks. And then I'll just be able to crank out units. He had 1 barracks at the time. Here's my first ogre. I'm also going to go ahead and expand. I'm not under any threat at the immediate moment, and the expansion here will just make me that much more resilient, increase my resources further, and the one thing you don't want to see in multiplayer is your opponent expanding everywhere, because that means you've got a whole lot more work to do. I'll just go chop. Get some more choppers. A little low on lumber here because I've been building like crazy, but that kind of goes back to my earlier point. You never stop making peons, because as soon as you do, you cut off your own economy. Oh, out of food. Need some food. All right. Let's go take a little look at what our friend is doing here, and we'll scout the rest of the map while we're at it. Here he comes. All right, he's in big trouble. Never good when you've got footmen versus ogres. All right, so we are in Tower City. Yeah, I don't know. Not sure what he's thinking here, but I think he's just a newer player. I'll throw up a cannon here, just give myself a little extra reinforcement. Let's get more trees. And we are in good shape, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have some fun. Since he's got all the towers, we'll make some ogres with ruins. And ruins, if you don't know, or runes, I'm not sure how to say that. Runes, ruins? I guess runes. Runes are basically landmines. If you get your ogre's upgrade to Ogre Magi, this spell here, runes, lets you basically cast landmines. And they're not something you see every day. So let's have some fun. Get these guys going. Also, please use hotkeys more than I do. It's a good habit. All right, let's just make sure he doesn't have another expansion somewhere. Once in a while, you'll assume your opponent is new, and then you find out they've got 6 bases, and you were just looking at 1. And that's always fun. All right. Let's keep cranking these boys out. Yeah, I'm not seeing much. Oh, time to get some runes. He built yet another tower. Alright, he doesn't want my blimp there. He's cranking out some knights. Unfortunately for him, he's going to have to build a lot more towers to keep my blimps away. Alright, that mine's running low. In certain spots, I like to double up the town halls because I can just crank out twice as many peasants. Okay, he's got quite an army. This is actually going to be really fun. This is going to be really fun. He's amassing a huge army, and if I can get to 200 magic, I will cast runes all around them. So this could be interesting. This will make a good YouTube short if it works. Hopefully he'll just sit there for a minute so I can get enough magic. Need about 20 more seconds here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and send these bad boys over here. I'm actually going to take... You know what? I'm going to make a Death Knight. Get that researched. And then I want to go cut him off at S9. S9 is this small mine here. Small 9, as in 9 o'clock is here. This is the small 9 o'clock. Alright, let's have some fun. We've got a blimp, so we'll be able to watch the whole thing unfold. Oh man, you gotta love that. There's nothing more fun than some good old runes. He's probably like, what the heck just happened? That was funny. Oh, I'm getting myself now. Even better. Even better. Let's just go crazy with runes. Anyone else have some? Not yet. That was hilarious. All right, back to the game. What am I doing here? Crazy. Oh, come on. No, what am I doing? Fat fingered today. That is pretty funny though. I love runes. I wish I was better at using them in games versus stronger competition, because man, is that fun. You know what? Let's put some... Let's do this. Let's have even more fun. Let's see if we can cast them into his peasant line. Yep. Oh yeah, you can see him exploding. This is the best. Gotta love it. Let's see how it's going. Oh yeah. We got him. I'll tell you what, he did not expect this. He did not expect a runes assault. That is funny. See if we can get him to run into the runes. Oh, I got myself. Of course. Alright. Anyway. Let's put these guys back in here now. Man, that is funny. Gotta love it. Alright, let's refocus here. I'm just playing around. What is he doing? He doesn't like that. Did I not? Oh my god. I need some coffee or something. This is crazy. I'm slacking here. But we're having a good time, right? Having a good old time. And I don't know what he's thinking. I mean, he could just take 9. I guess he's concerned. And rightfully so. All right, I'm going to mass up here. Let's see, is he moving even more peons? What I like to do is I like to wait until, and again, you take this with a grain of salt, but I like to wait, like if I know he's sending all his peasants to a new mine, I like to wait until they're all there and then just blast them. And here we go. Let him think about that a little bit. There's DKs everywhere. Here he comes. Oh, he's just moving out of the way. Do I have any more runes? Come on, guys. Yeah, here we go. There he goes. Oh, man. It never gets old. It never gets old. He's got to love some towers, doesn't he? Rolling, rolling, rolling. All right, let's keep rolling. All right, he's out of there. Okay, so obviously a newer player. He made a good effort, better than a lot of the newer players I've seen. But hopefully that was helpful. You can just kind of see some basic principles. I'm by no means a grandmaster of Warcraft 2, but you can see the general idea. Build a good base. Put your hull where it should be. Scout early, scout often. Um, keep pumping out peons, keep pumping out units, be active, and then expand, right? So you do those things and you do them well, you'll be a tough out. But anyway, just wanted to have some fun there. And I hope everybody has a great day. See you on Warcraft 2 Remastered.